All right, ladies and gentlemen, kind of like Carrie Underwood where she said, Jesus, take the wheel. Peter, take over the service call. We are here for a central air conditioning service call where third floor central AC system is not cooling, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units in this mini Taj Mahal. Peter, before you continue, let me stop you, okay? You have power disconnected. Okay, what are you looking for? Tell me what you're looking for right now.
I was going to test the contact.
Okay. Is the contactor getting a call for cooling? Is it pulled in or not?
It's not. I don't hear any
No?
Nope, not pulled in.
Because you have the wire disconnected already.
Yeah, it wasn't pulled in.
You sure?
Yeah.
Want to bet?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think it was pulled in.
It was.
Okay.
Because when I took the cover, well, actually, before you took the cover off, I noticed that the contact, the little button in the middle, she was like Benjamin Button.
It was pulled in?
She was pulled in.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So, diagnose the machine now that I already gave you a hint. Tell me what you're going to check for next. Okay.
Is that not it? That was,
Okay, you can. So let's take a step back, okay? Background knowledge. Ready for some background information?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the thermostat.
Let me tell you. Customer was away for the summertime, okay? They get home Sunday. Third floor system is 92 degrees upstairs. He turns the thermostat off, waits a little bit, turns it back on, waits a while, still doesn't cool it off. So what he does is, what I tell my customers is put the fan to on, cool to off. He did that. Right now it's 86 degrees upstairs at the thermostat. We have an active call for cooling. We know that because the contact is pulled in, which means how many volts is it getting to close the coil?
24.
24 volts. Yep, correct. I had you remove that disconnect panel, right? And I knew it was this one because I put my ear up to it and I heard the contact humming. So before you remove the panel, I pulled the disconnect. Right, want to make sure that before you start removing things and taking things off, make sure the situation is safe, right? So first thing I would do is you're going to check to see if we have 240 volts at that disconnect. So Peter's going to remove the screw. That way we can access all the wiring that's behind the cover, okay? So he's got the screw. He's probably going to put it in his pocket. He's going to try to take that cover off carefully. Go. Okay, and one of the first things we're going to look for is make sure nothing is out of the ordinary, make sure no wires are burnt, charred, melted off, etc. Everything looks clean there. So now we're going to take our multimeter and we're going to test between L1 and L2 for voltage, and then L1 to ground and L2 to ground. All right, so there's our voltmeter. Peter, let's go L1, L2. 240 volts, perfect. L1 to ground. 119, 120, good. L2 to ground, perfect. 119, perfect. We're checking them individually because sometimes you'll check L1, L2, you'll get voltage there, the right amount, but individually you won't. And that means there's something electrically going wrong with screwy with the power. Okay, so now we had power there, okay? We had, the disconnect was plugged in. I unplugged it just for safety and training purposes. So now, continue. Now, one thing to keep in mind, keep going, I'm just going to talk while you do that. Make sure, you know, that's live with 24 volts, right?
Yeah.
Not that, that's over there. Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that, let's say hypothetically, your contactor wasn't pulled in, right? And you check your wiring, your low voltage wiring, which is right here, right? And you have 28 volts or 24 volts there, right? But the contact is not pulled in. So there could be one of a couple things. Number one, you can have a high or low pressure switch activated and opening the circuit. Or number two, you can have a bad, contactor, right? And that's when you'll check the contactor coil to see if it's within the teen range on the ohm reading. Okay, so remove the L1, you removed our low voltage line going to our contactor, and we're testing, and we have 15. Good, 15.6, good. So I would re-secure those wires. And the next step you're going to do is we're going to check our dual capacitor, which is right there. And this dual capacitor is a 55 over 7.5. Okay. So here is our Titan Pro. She passes the shake test. I have this weird, crazy thing that if I shake a contactor and you can hear the liquid inside of it, it means it's time for it to go. Even if it specs out fine, that's my feeling. I take out brand new capacitors out of the box, you don't hear the liquid inside of them, right? Where did the liquid go? It didn't leak out. There's no visible, stains on it, but here we go. Guys, this is a dual motor capacitor. We have 3 terminals on top. Typically, the one with 4 terminals at the on this post is common. One with 3 is, and the one with 2 or 1. Okay. First thing we're going to do is test from common to Herm, and we should be reading 55. We have our meter set to read capacitance, and we have...
Second time today?
For the second time today, a capacitor that reads nothing. Let's go to common to fan. Oh, so you did it again like you did the first one. You went to Herm to fan. And also, you're reading 0.
That's crazy.
Excellent. So this is a perfect opportunity to reuse whatever AMRAD 55 over 7.5 dual capacitors we have, because we can't get them in New York. AMRAD capacitors, which stands for American Radionic Company, made in the U.S. in Florida. I love Florida, right? Made in Florida. You cannot buy them in the New York City metropolitan Long Island market. They're not available. Johnstone does not sell them. United does not sell them. Sid Harvey's does not sell them. Abco does not sell them. Ferguson does not sell them. And of course, supplyhouse.com does not sell them. No one sells them, right? But you can get Titan HDs from supplyhouse.com with ease. And you can get Titan Pros from Johnstone, but these are garbage. Garbage. All right, Peter has a brand new AMRAD 55 over 7.5, 370, 440 dual run capacitor. What's great about these AMRADs is, right, it actually gives you their rating when they were tested in the factory right there. See, there's a little factory instrument that read it, right? Dissipation factor of 0.004 on the 55 side and 0.0015 on the fan capacitance side. We also have something interesting that we don't see on any other capacitor. That's a CPT terminal, which stands for compressor protection terminal. If you were using a hard start, that one would go there instead of Herm. Okay, so let's test between common and Herm. We get 55 exactly, and fan we're having 7.6. Perfect. And if you shake it, you don't hear any liquid in there. Okay, we're going to plug that bad boy in there, and hopefully she starts up. All right, Peter, how do you feel? Confident?
Very confident.
Very confident. Okay, so we have our fan wire, which is the brown wire on the fan terminal. We have the purple and red on common. We have the orange on Herm. Peter, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That should be the guys who are doing the demo right now in our new facility at 1010 Central Avenue in Woodmere, New York. Guys, in a little over a month from now, we will be moving into our brand new facility, a almost 2,000 square foot facility, state of the art, where we're going to really expand our demographic, our vision, and just the amazing work that we do. We have this XR13. 2014. You know that one didn't come with, that capacitor didn't come with this. Peter, properly reinstall that disconnect plug. And as the Orthodox Jews say, Baruch Hashem, we have condenser fan motor, we have compressor running, and ladies and gentlemen, we are up and running. Peter, great job. Give yourself a pat in the back. There you go.